Reaching communities in Northern Ireland is changing people's lives through the Northwest Taxi Proprietors Project in a number of ways. We received £500,000 worth of funding for 4 years of programmes. These programmes are aimed at tackling poverty right across within not only within the taxi industry, but also within the community.
Part of our Reaching Communities Northern Ireland grant, we have run a project alongside other groups to help people be prepared for the event of someone committing suicide in our local river, the Foyle. We've had quite a lot of this over the past 10 years, people getting into difficulties, and taxi drivers, being what taxi drivers are, especially in the middle of the night at weekends, they are available on the scene, quite often are witness to it and can't do anything. It's one of the quickest tidal rivers in Europe, so you can't really get in. We researched the project, we found the best system that we thought was readily available to drivers because of its size, because of the ease of training in it. It's used by the US Coast Guard. What we find by drawing volunteers into a number of the schemes that we run, and not just the suicide awareness or the assist, is that it encourages interaction between different groups within the community. We bring people from both sides of the divide here into the training we do. It encourages them to go into other aspects of the stuff that we do, and the education and the health side of it. So once somebody steps in and does a very small thing like an hour or two's training with us for suicide awareness and has the pack in the car, they go through, I think they go through, for different reasons, a change in the way that they interact with the community sector. Self-employed people are very, very much on their own. They're, especially a taxi driver who's in the vehicle on his own and doesn't have any interaction with the rest of the community except when they're sitting in his vehicle. It encourages them to get out of that, to get into other aspects of life. And I think it develops them as people, and it helps the whole community in that way.
Northwest Taxi Proprietors run this part of the health programme here in Templemore Sports Complex under the Reaching Communities Northern Ireland, part of our project, which is funded by the Big Lottery Fund. Northwest Taxi Proprietors actually involve a good number of taxi drivers within this, but we have also evolved out and service the full community here, and we have a number of men and women involved in both these projects. When they come down here, they're involved in a range of activities, from gym classes, spin classes, circuit classes and boxercise. We also have personal programmes drawn up for them.
Obviously through the Northwest Taxi Proprietors, the funding which allows men, the cost is no longer an issue to them. What we have is that we're able to provide facilitators, the trainers, we're able to provide access to a fantastic gym here at Templemore Sports Complex, and what that does, it creates the right environment to deal with the group of people that we have. And I think what you've seen today is that we now have positive role models within the taxi industry. You have people who would not normally come to a programme like this, and I think what we offer them is that security where you have trainers who get to know them personally. So it's not just about exercise, you're talking about people's lifestyle. What is affecting them? How does the industry affect them? Is there things going on at home, things that we can work with? And what you find is that the exercise, it's almost a relief from their day-to-day chores. It's run at a time that suits them when it's quite quiet in terms of their normal day-to-day runs. And what we do then is we just support them through that. We make the exercise enjoyable, we make it varied, we make it innovative. And I think what our results has shown that they're enjoying it first and foremost. They're making the changes, they're being supported, and they're actually seeing the changes now themselves. And I think that encourages them to keep it going. And what we're finding now is that they will stay the 6 months, and we have people now that we're working with over 4 years from the taxi proprietors, and that wouldn't have been possible without the Big Lottery funding.
We would see a massive change in a number of families who have been able to get into the mainstream economy and been able to set their lives in motion and actually improve their whole lifestyle through that. So it is about lifestyle, it is about legacy, and it is about leaving a lasting impact.